Hello. I hope this mic works. Welcome to my channel. Today, this is my first time doing a video like this, so I'm actually really excited. But today we're gonna do a November reset. It is currently October 23rd, but I already did my budget for November and the paychecks leading into November. So I decided it would be a really good time to do this video, and it's currently 12:39, and I'll be honest, I don't look the best, but I was sitting here and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna show up as transparent as I can, and I'm a mom to 2 littles, and I also have 5 dogs, and I'm super OCD with my home, in my opinion. So finding the time to get ready, having a quiet home so I can actually hear myself think and not have a whole zoo in the background, which I love my zoo. I'm a very proud owner of my zoo. I decided that now would be a really good time because I can't go to sleep. I really can't. And I'm currently in the stage of my pregnancy that I am like nesting. Like I just want to do all the things. And hopefully that lasts a while because I like how I feel at night. During the day, I am around like 1, 2-ish. I think we all need a nap. Everybody in the house needs a nap because mama's done. All of that, we are going to do a November reset. We're gonna go over our goals as a homemaking mama, as a mama who's gonna give birth soon in a couple of months, and as a mama of 5 dogs. We're also on a debt-free journey, and we are also going to homeschool. So I'm a mom of a 1-year-old and a almost 4-year-old. So yeah, we have a lot to do, and I'm excited about it, and I hope you join me on this journey. Yeah, let's get into it. I wrote a couple of notes to keep me on track with this conversation. I am going to start off with our budget, something that I'm super excited about. We did cash envelopes a while back, I'd say a year or 2 ago. Something that I've learned through binge watching other cash stuffing, cash envelope videos on YouTube is that I don't have to be super OCD about it and can still have success. And what I mean by that is that I used to, and sorry if you hear my dog, he's a husky. Well, one of them is a husky. I have 2 huskies, and he's whining right now. He talks a lot. One of the things that I learned from other YouTube videos is that a lot of things that I'm super OCD about, I don't need to be, and I can still have success and reach my financial goals. And that is being okay with rounding up. I know that sounds super silly, but I felt like I could not do a budget if I was not writing out our bills to the penny. Okay, 1 second, let me take this dog out. So, another thing that I've learned through other people's cash stuffing videos is that it's okay if not everything lines up. So what I used to do is make sure that the money that was going into the envelopes was exactly the same every single paycheck, that there was something going to each envelope every single paycheck. And I would get frustrated by the idea of changing the amounts that go into each envelope in terms of how much money we have available and what stuff has come up with each month. So that's another thing that I am loosening up on, and I feel like I can take a deep breath and go about this in a whole different way. So I don't know if anybody else can relate. We are super excited because we have 2 debts that are about to be paid off within November. That means that we can work on the credit cards, and that is where most of our debt lies and most of our frustration within our finances. Also paying for home birth out of pocket, and if you've ever had one, you know it's not easy to just come up with that money out of nowhere. And we weren't planning on this pregnancy. We're also learning that if we plan on having more kids, then we probably should make an envelope for it. Thankfully, we both met in the Marine Corps. He is able to take advantage of the extra housing money that he gets from going to school. And although it has been super stressful as far as like our schedule and me being alone most of the time because he has to be studying or going to a class in person, it's a sacrifice that we're willing to make. Super grateful to my husband because not only is this going to benefit like his career path, but it's also benefiting my ability to have a home birth that I've always wanted. And also home birthing supplies. That's something that isn't in the budget, and it's one of the goals that I need to work on and put into pretty soon. Now let's talk about goals with homemaking. So if you haven't heard of the Fly Lady method, let me be the first one to introduce it to you. I stumbled across this on TikTok and I dug into it a little bit more, but the only thing that kind of made me take a step back was all of the baby steps and preparation that comes with the way that the Fly Lady manages her home. Basically, she has you create like this binder that it's meant for if somebody else were to come and take care of your household for a little bit, if you were on vacation or I don't know, for some reason, then they would be able to go in this binder and know exactly what to do in your home to keep it and maintain it the same way that you do. She also talks about doing like a 1-minute tidy in your bathroom in the mornings, and that's like a swish and swipe. You wipe down your counters, you maintain it, you keep it clean, you keep the counters clean, the mirrors clean, you do whatever you can within 1 minute for your bathroom. Also, make sure you do 1 load of laundry every single day. You rotate it in the mornings and then probably at night. You also have a specific pair of shoes assigned to only wearing in the home. Every morning you get dressed to your shoes, and that's the first thing you do. You brush your teeth, you do your hair. If you need to do makeup, if that's part of your routine, you do your quick makeup, and you also get dressed to shoes. It's like showing up to a job. The same way you would show up to any other job is the same way you're gonna show up to being a homemaker. Another thing is she does like 15-minute tidies and like sets a 15-minute timer to declutter. And all of that sounds fine and dandy, but I feel like in this season, that's not something that I'm able to do. So one of my goals is to be better at homemaking within the season that I'm in. So coming up with like an umbrella of like a cleaning schedule, not something super strict and to a T, very detailed the way that the Fly Lady method does it, which I will want to get to that later on after I'd had my baby and all that. But just an umbrella to make the home look and smell tidy. Another goal that I have as far as homemaking is prepping meals for when I give birth. So that'll be like freezer meals, and I haven't watched any videos yet, but I will be sharing some ideas of what we're gonna be prepping for after the baby is born, so that my husband doesn't have to worry much about it. I know that I've prepped stuff that my kids and my family will like and that I will enjoy too. And we're also still gonna be saving money, so we're not eating out and ordering, and I'm sure we'll have like friends and family that will bring us food too, but we'll have those meals as backup, and it's going to make our life 10 times easier after the birth of this next baby. Another thing is to get somewhat of a solid routine. Now, we do have 5 dogs. I have a husband, so he has his needs too. And then I have my kids, and then we're also homeschooling. So on all of that, cleaning, homeschooling the dogs, my personal care, spending time with my husband, get a somewhat solid routine. And if that means in this season, I have a Frenchie, and he is snoring right now, so I'm sorry if you hear that. If that means that right now we can't dedicate as much time to certain things as we would like, we can at least start somewhere so that we're not fully just neglecting the important areas in our life as far as spending time together as a family, considering my husband's in school and he's super busy, and then I'm super busy with keeping up the household as well. And then also making sure our dogs are getting taken care of because I love them very, very much. I actually hired a cute little girl in our neighborhood. She walks 2 of my dogs for me, so that takes a huge load off of me. I also host a preschool co-op get-together thing, and we just kind of do like play dates and meet at parks and stuff. So that's another thing that takes up part of our schedule, and that's set on a certain day of the week, so I already know to expect that. But as far as everything else, I'd love to get a solid routine as when it comes to grocery shopping, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna start just picking up groceries, because when I go into Aldi's, I know I'm at that age where I'm getting my groceries, my food, my groceries, my furniture, my home decor, my clothes, my shoes, all from the same spot. So when I go into that middle aisle at Aldi's, I know I'm gonna spend a lot more money than I probably should. And we got goals to reach, boo-boo. As far as my dogs, I do have goals as well. I used to train them all the time before I had kids. And now that I've been a mom for 3 years, I feel like I'm in a rhythm to get a little bit more in depth with their training, or just be more consistent with it. And that just concerns like sit, stay. They're pretty well trained as far as like eating. Everyone knows to sit, wait, and wait for the command to eat their food. And that's yes. They all looked at me. Now on to the personal stuff. This is just for me, just for Mama Joselli. Bible study. I ordered 2 devotionals, for one for me and one for my friend. So we're gonna be meeting starting next week to do a Bible study. So that's just kind of like holding me accountable, making sure that I do whatever I need to do throughout the week, and dedicating like that intentional time to God. Because all these things are fine and dandy, but none of it matters if I'm not spending time with God. And I really, really want to grow my relationship with Him and be a Bible reading, Bible believing follower of Christ. Another thing is water. Now, I feel like I've been drinking a lot more water than I usually would if I wasn't pregnant, but I don't feel like I'm drinking as much as I should. Another thing is vitamins. Making sure I take my vitamins every single day, have them prepped throughout the night. Also doing that with the kids' outfits, just having as much as I can prepped the night before, so when we wake up in the morning, we're easy breezy lemon squeezy. Also reading. I tend to be one of those mamas that, and there's nothing wrong about it, I just personally feel like I could be spending a lot better time reading a book, and it would probably help me relax a lot more if I wasn't on my phone. Another thing is homeschool. We do Montessori with our children. So I have all the Montessori materials that I need to start his homeschool curriculum. I got donated some shelves to me for free, thank you Jesus. All we're doing right now is just sanding them and painting them white, and that's all I need to start setting up the homeschool room. I have to move my office desk in there, so that is one of the biggest priorities that we have right now, so I can actually get started homeschooling with my son. And he's only 3, he's about to be 4, so it's not super strict. It's just adding more structure to our day, because sometimes I find myself not knowing what to do with him, and I feel like I'm not teaching him enough, and he's showing that he's eager to learn and he wants to learn more things. So I feel like I'm doing him a disservice by not doing those things. That is all of the goals that I have for, I guess, the rest of the year, to be honest. Okay, you guys, so I was gonna do a whole nother section on this video, but I'm just gonna save that for a separate video, and it's gonna be setting up my budget binders with me. That would have just made this video extremely long, and I already feel like it's long enough. But if you guys enjoyed this video, I really hope you got some inspiration as far as homemaking goals, budgeting goals, or even personal goals. And if any of that resonates with you and any of that type of content resonates with you, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you part of the family, and make sure to follow me on all my social media platforms so we can be friends. I will leave any links that you might be looking for down below, and I hope you have a blessed day. I love you, Jesus loves you, and see you in the next video.